House Leader of the Third Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last week, the Minister of Housing lauded this government's work on affordable housing. He said that housing is central. Housing is health care. I'm sure we all agree. But gaps in BC's services continue to let people fall through the cracks. Available spaces mean nothing if the units and services don't meet people's needs. Numerous barriers to shelter persist. Minimal storage space, limits to cohabitation, no pets. Many people have a history of experiencing abuse or assault in shelter settings. Housing options that meet people's unique needs, that don't replicate trauma, must be readily available. Through you, Honourable Speaker, to the Minister of Housing, how are you providing housing options that actually meet people's needs? Thank you.
Minister of Housing.
Thank you so much, Honourable Speaker. Thank the member for the question. Housing is central. One of the core beliefs that we have on our side is trying to ensure that housing is available with the supports that each individual needs, their unique needs, and making sure that those are met. The member speaks about different types of shelters, and he surely knows that we have a whole host of different type of housing options available for individuals. We do fund storage spaces for individuals that need to store their valuable belongings. We do create units that have pet-friendly options. We do create options for people to be, if they're in a relationship, to be able to be in those units. We have teams on the ground that are dedicated to this work, catering our supports for individuals. If you see, for example, the work we did at Crab Park, close to 100 people, over 100 people there. It took almost a year for us to meet with every individual and ensure that they had housing that met every individual's needs. We're doing that work in Prince George. We're doing that work in communities like Campbell River, Nanaimo, Abbotsford, and the list goes on, Honourable Speaker. We know we have more work to do, but we are making some significant progress.
Member Supplemental.
Mr. Speaker, this government has committed to expanding affordable housing. Last week, the Housing Minister committed to expanding rent supplements for young people so they can find housing that they can afford. All members of this House can agree that we need to create certainty so young people can stay in their communities. Yet bad faith evictions, rent evictions, and a profiteering rental market have created immense uncertainty, especially for young people, families, and people with disabilities. Vacancy control is one tool this government hasn't evaluated that could offer immediate relief. Through you, Honourable Speaker, to the Minister of Housing, it's been 7 years. Isn't it time for you to reopen the Rental Housing Task Force to evaluate vacancy control? Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you so much, Honourable Speaker. And there was a lot in that question, and I will share this with the member. We have taken considerable steps to ensure that renters are protected and that decisions both for renters and landlords can be done in an expedited manner. We went from some of the longest wait times for hearings before the Premier became Premier to now the shortest time because of the early investments that the Premier made when he first became the Premier of British Columbia. We have been taking steps to ensure that we reduce bad faith evictions, a new digital web portal now that ensures that people fill in basic information and verify that the information is valid, ensuring that anyone that's caught has a steeper fine so they're discouraged from doing this type of behavior. And we're seeing those numbers drop, Honourable Speaker. The member is talking about vacancy control. The member surely knows that we did have an all-party committee. His predecessor was on that committee, and they advised government that vacancy control would not be a good option to proceed with. And so I appreciate the member may have a different opinion than his predecessor, but we have been ensuring that we can do everything we can to support renters by increasing housing supply, by beefing up the rules to make sure that people are protected, and we'll continue to do that work as we go forward.